Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Good morning, devotees. Hope and pray that every one of you must have a wonderful walk in the 12 forest of Vrindavan, remembering the wonderful pastimes of the divine couple. Also, I just got the note that our dear Radha Charan Prabhu's wife's grandfather left the body in India. So I think let's pray for the departed soul so Krishna can be kind to engage that dear soul into their eternal service. So there will be a 30 seconds prayer, special prayer for Radha Charan Prabhu's wife's grandfather's souls. Thank you very much. So also I would like to welcome today Alarka, the daughter of Sri Padma Manjari Mataji, joined very early and stay all time along. Also I was really impressed with Rajesh Sharma Prabhu. He also joined very early and hang on up to the end. And also Suman Singh Prabhu. He was constantly there. And there are so many devotees who are now joining early in the morning. But those are, some of them were thinking some attentions. So those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful was Neha Mataji. Always joined before 2 o'clock. Murli Manohar Prabhu also. Parmeshwari Devidasi. Girivardhari Prabhu also trying to join at 2 o'clock. Shreya Devidasi. Rohini Nandan Prabhu also join always around 2:30. Sitala Priya Devidasi and Sachinandan Krishna Prabhu also join early. Today we miss Kasturi Manjari Mataji, Leela Manjari Mataji, Manmathanand Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, Patita Pavan Prabhu always join before 2 o'clock now. Parmanand Hari Prabhu, Nandandan Priya Mataji, Sugandharaj Prabhu, Aradhana Devi Dasi also join early. Prafulan Madhav Prabhu, Sripad Lalita Devi Dasi and their beautiful daughter Akshata. Hanuman Prabhu always now join before 2 o'clock. Manani Mataji, Ravi Pipilia from Houston and Ravi Prabhu from Central New Jersey also joined. Saman Panchal Prabhu, Gita Govinda Devi Dasi, Rajeshwari Priya Devi Dasi, Abhay Prabhu, Saraswati Devi Dasi, Tulsi Priya Devi Dasi and Jai Govinda Prabhu, Rajendra Prabhu, Janki Kant Prabhu, Labanga Latika Mataji, Sumitra Radha Mataji, Devendra Krishna Prabhu. We are missing Saloni for some time. Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodarathi Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devi Dasi. Today also we miss Priyanka Mataji from Naparville. Prathamesh Prabhu. Also we miss Kalpataru Mataji, Haribol from Chicago. Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Priya Kishori Devi Dasi, Radha Seva Devi Dasi, Murli Mohan Prabhu, Shakti Mata Devi Dasi, Shri Kumar Prabhu, Shri Kansurvase Prabhu, Srinivas Charan Prabhu has not joined for the last 2 days. Namanand Prabhu, Prem Vinodini Mataji, Avina Mataji is never joined now. Haribol. She has a sincere desire. I don't know what kind of sincere desire. Vijay Keshav Prabhu, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Madhvi Gopi Mataji, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhe Mataji, Shobhara Mataji also joined very early. Kanta Mataji. We are missing Vani Prabhu from Dallas, maybe on the vacation. Shankari Kaur Devidasi, Matangi Gopi Devidasi, Krita Lakshan Prabhu is sleeping, Balaji Prabhu, Madan Mohan Kundu Prabhu, Amit and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, Bhakti Priya Devidasi, Kamal Priya Mataji, Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Sukruti Devidasi, Sundarangi Devidasi, Rukmini Priya Devidasi, Sudhir Krishna Prabhu, Sakhi Saran Devidasi, Devi Murti Devidasi, Sarmista Sahi Mataji. We miss Rasha Keda Prabhu today. Advait Prabhu joined at must be 2:30 in Phoenix or earlier than that maybe. Yeah, I didn't keep up the timing. Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Harikatha Mataji joined from San Jose at 2:30. Yeah, before 4:30 our time. She wants to chant 32 rounds. All glories to her services. Balram Prabhu, Jai Satchinandan Prabhu, Pragya Nagpal Mataji joined today. Hemangani Chauhan Mataji joined today. Haribol. Sumit Prabhu joined early today. Rati Prabhu didn't join. Suchitra Devidasi, Rashmi Mataji, Lekha Mataji, Taneswar Prabhu, Arvind Prabhu and Priyanka Mataji, Nama Priya Mataji, Ananda Leela Devidasi. We are missing for a couple of days Pratibha Sakti Mataji. I don't have her contact number. Shri Padma Manjari Mataji, Chintamani Devidasi, Satya Prabhu, Pitambar Priya Prabhu, Geeta Mataji joined. Shyam Leela Mataji also joined around 2:50. Ranga Mataji joined from Boston with 4 or 5 another devotees. I'll name them later. Sanjay Sijapali joined. Prasanna Visakha Devi Mataji joined. Nandini Mataji joined. Tulsi Gamer today missed, I think. I didn't see the name. Satyabhama Mataji was there around 2:15. Priya Kishori Desvidasi, Radhe. Yugal Priti Mataji from New York also joined early. Atulya Mataji always now joined before 2 o'clock. I didn't see the Raksha Mataji today. Madhuralla and Dr. Meena joined. Haribol. Bhakti Priya Mataji I already mentioned. And Lata Mataji from Central New Jersey. From Boston with Mataji was joined by Taruni Radha Devidasi, Yuvasu Devidasi, and Sudarshan Prabhu. Also, Dasrath Sutadas Prabhu also joined from Boston. Vishal Bhola also joined from Boston. And as I mentioned, Alarka, the daughter of Sri Padma Manjari, also joined today. welcome. So let's hear the wonderful song before we will be glorifying Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj in the own words of Srila Prabhupada. He is glorifying his Guru in Los Angeles. Very wonderful class. So if you can remain and listen, I think there is a very instructive messages for all of us. Thank you.
विषय विषमाविष सतत खाइनु गौर कीर्तन रसे मगन नाइनु विषय विषमाविष सतत खाइनु सुका पाइया नारो ताम दासा के ना लागे लो मारिया सुका पाइया नारो ताम दासा के ना लागे लो मारिया
Thank you very much, Samad Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song by Narottam Das Thakur with a lot of deep message for us. Enjoying the material world is nothing but drinking the poison. So today is the most auspicious day, disappearance day of our Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. So we pray our humble obeisances at the desk of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj to bestow his kind mercy upon all of us, so we can also remain steadfast in our practice and deliver our soul from the nations of material existence. So Srila Prabhupada is offering his obeisances to his spiritual master. And Prabhupada says Hare Krishna. This is, I think, this lecture was given on December 9, 1968 in Los Angeles. It was like a conversation with some devotees. Hare Krishna. I was thinking of where is Jayananda? Now immediately he has come. So Jayanand bring a picture of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Oh, Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj. Oh, thank you very much. Take care. It may not fall down. All right. So maybe Jayanand Prabhu was placing the picture of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. So Prabhupada is now speaking. So today is the disappearance day of my Guru Maharaj. As I told you, that Sadhavo Jivava Marava. There was a nice story the other day. I told you that a sage is giving different kinds of blessings to different type of persons. So to a king's son, a prince, he blessed Rajaputra Chiramjiva. You are a king's son, prince. You live forever. And Muniputra, the son of a saintly person, he blessed him, Ma Jiva, Ma Jiva. You don't live. Rajputram Chiramjiva, Muniputra Ma Jiva. And Sadhu, devotees, he blessed him. Jiva va marava. Either you live or you die, as you like. Explain. Still, I'm explaining again. A prince, he is enjoying senses, that's all. He has got enough facility for sense enjoyment. So his next life is hellish. Because if you indulge in sex life, then Krishna will give you facility to have sex life 3 times in an hour. Just like the pigeons and monkeys and the sparrows. They are very sexually strong. You have seen it. So the facility is given. So princely order, they are after sense enjoyment. So he is blessed that better you live forever, because after your death, you do not know what is going to happen to you. You are going to get a hellish life. Better you live for some time and go on with your enjoyment. And Muniputra Majiva Brahmachari, working under the guidance, under strict disciplinary guidance of a spiritual master, he is blessed. Majiva, you better die. Because you are so trained to enter into the kingdom of God. So why should you take so much trouble? Better you die and go back to Godhead. Majiva. And a devotee, he blessed. Jivava Marova. My dear devotee, either you live or die. It's the same thing. But for the butcher, he blessed him, Majiva Mamara. You don't live and you don't die. What he has to do? His living condition is so abnormal. From the morning, he has to slaughter so many animals. See the blood stain, the ghastly sin. That is his livelihood. So what a horrible life this is. So don't live and don't die also. Because after death, oh, he's going to be in so much hellish conditions. Nobody can even describe. So both lives, living conditions and death after death, his condition is very horrible. Anyway, apart from others, the devotee, for him, appearance and disappearance, the same thing. Just like when my spiritual master appeared at Jagannath Puri, he was the son of a very big government officer, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was magistrate, government officer. And in those days, a magistrate is a big officer in the government, practically next to the governor. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur was in charge of the Jagannath temple. That is the system in Jagannath Puri. The manager in charge of the temple is the district magistrate. So there was a Rath Yatra festival, and the car was passing in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's name was Kedarnath Dutt, and when he was magistrate, he was known as K.N. Dutt, Kedarnath Dutt. So the car stopped before his house, and at that time, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, a child in the lap of his mother, that the mother took the opportunity of rising on the car. She, that wife of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, magistrate wife, so she had the facility. Immediately, people give her the way to go on the top of the car and place the child on the lotus feet of Jagannath. And due to the festival, there were so many garlands on Lord Jagannath. Somebody has unmuted. Please mute your phone. I think they are muted. Thank you. So because of the festival, there were so many garlands on Lord Jagannath. And one garland fell upon Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, giving him a blessings. And there were so many other things. When he was a child, 2 to 3 year old, he ate one mango fruit, which was kept for offering to the deity. So his father mildly rebuked him, quote, "Oh, you have done very wrong thing. It was meant for deity and you have taken it. You should not have done it," unquote. The child was 2 or 3 year old and he took it so seriously that never after that he took mango. So whenever we offered him mango, he would say, quote, "No, I'm an offender. I cannot take mango," unquote. He was thinking like that, you see. Never in his life he took a mango. He was thinking that I funded in my childhood by taking the mango of the deity. This is the characteristics of an acharya. They teach by their life's actions that one should be so much determined that one should not be. A child took the mango. There was no offense, but he took that vow not to eat throughout his life. Another instance, Prabhupada is speaking, in my presence, At that time, we were also young men. And one of my godbrothers, his name is Dr. Ud Bihari Kapoor. He is now retired in Vrindavan. Last time I saw him, he was also a young man, and his wife was also young. So we were sitting together talking with Guru Maharaj, and the girl proposed, "My dear master, I want to speak with you." So Guru Maharaj says, quote, "Yes, you can talk whatever you like," unquote. So she said, quote, "I want to talk with you secretly, not in the presence of everyone," unquote. Guru Maharaj said, quote, "No, I cannot talk with you secretly. You can talk in the presence of my all other disciples," unquote. So even that girl was just like his granddaughter by age calculation. He refused to talk with a young woman in a secret place. These are the instances. So in his life, he was a Akhanda Brahmachari. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had many other sons, and he was the fifth son. And some of his other brothers also did not marry. And my Guru Maharaj, he also did not marry. From the childhood, he is strict brahmachari, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. And he underwent very severe penances for starting this movement, worldwide movement. That was his mission. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to do this. He, 1896, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to introduce this Krishna consciousness movement by sending his book, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his life and precepts. Prabhupada is speaking. Fortunately, that year was my birth year. And by Krishna's arrangement, we came in contact. I was born in a different family. My Guru Maharaj was born in a different family. Who knew that I will come to his protection? Who knew that I would come in America? Who knew that you American boys will come to me? These are all Krishna's arrangement. We cannot understand how things are taking place. In 1936, today is 9th December 1938. That was in 1968. That means 32 years ago in Bombay, I was then doing some business. All of a sudden, perhaps on this date, sometime between 9 or 10th December, at that time, Guru Maharaj was indisposed little, and he was staying at Jagannath Puri on the seashore. So I wrote him a letter, quote, "My dear master, your other disciple, brahmachari, sannyasis, they are rendering you direct service, and I'm a householder. I cannot live with you. I cannot serve you nicely. So I do not know how can I serve you," unquote. Simply an idea. I was thinking of serving him. Quote, "How can I serve him seriously?" unquote. So the reply was dated 13 December 1936. So Prabhupada write on 9th or 10th, and within 3-4 days, he got the reply. And in that letter he wrote, quote, "My dear such and such, I'm very glad to receive your letter. I think you should try to push our movement in English, unquote. That was his writing, quote, and that will do good to you and to the people who will help you, unquote. That was his instructions. And then in 1936, on the 31st December, that means just after writing this letter, a fortnight before his departure, he passed away. But I took that order of my spiritual master very seriously. But I did not think that I will have to do such and such thing. I was at that time a householder. But this is the arrangement of Krishna. If we strictly try to show the spiritual master his order, that Krishna will give us all facilities. That is the secret. Although there were no possibility, I never even thought, but I took it little seriously by studying a commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur on the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, the verse Vyavasai Atmika Buddhir Eka Kuru Nandana 241. Translation: those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of Gurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branch. In connection with that verse, Srila Prabhupada is speaking, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives his commentary that we should take up the words from the spiritual master as our life and soul. We should try to carry out the instruction, the specific instruction of the spiritual master. And if we have not received that source, that spiritual master has not yet gained the faith. And follow that instruction very rigidly without caring for our personal benefit or loss. So I tried a little bit in that spirit. So he has given me all facilities to serve him. Things have come to this stage that in this old age, I have come to your country and you are also taking this movement seriously, trying to understand it. We have got some books now, so there is little foothold of this movement. Now on this occasion of my spiritual master's departure, as I'm trying to execute his will, similarly, I shall also request you to execute same order through my will. I'm an old man and I also can pass away at any moment. That is nature's law. Nobody can check it. So that is not very astonishing. By my appeal to you all on this auspicious day of the departure of my Guru Maharaj, that at least to some extent you have understood the essence of Krishna consciousness movement. You should try to push it on. People are suffering for want of this consciousness as we daily pray about devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhasya cha kipa sindhu bhayavacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Ananta Kuti Vaishnava ki jai.
So translation goes,
Shyam Sundar Prabhu ki
Jai
jai.
Haribol Prabhuji, I have not finished. This is Prabhupada is still speaking. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like a dissolved trees. And they are all full of compassion for the fallen souls. Srila Prabhupada is speaking. A Vaishnava or devotee of the Lord, his life is dedicated for the benefit of the people. You know, most of you belong to Christian community. How Lord Jesus Christ, he said that for your sinful activities, he has sacrificed himself. That is the determination of the devotees of the Lord. They don't care for personal comforts. Why? Because they love Krishna or God. Therefore, they love all living entities. Because all living entities are in relationship with Krishna. So similarly, you should learn this Krishna consciousness movement means to become Vaishnava and feel for the suffering humanity. But to feel for the suffering humanity, there are different angles of visions. Somebody is thinking of the suffering of a humanity from bodily conceptions of life. Somebody is trying to open hospital to give relief to the disease condition. Somebody is trying to distribute foodstuff in poverty-stricken countries or places. These things are certainly very nice. But actual suffering of the humanity is due to lack of Krishna consciousness. These bodily sufferings, they are temporary. Neither they can be checked by the laws of nature. Suppose if you give some distribution of foodstuff in some poverty-stricken country, that does not mean that this help make solution of the whole problem. The real beneficial work is to invoke every person to Krishna consciousness as soon as he comes to Krishna consciousness. The same example that as I have given several times, Prabhupada is speaking, that a rich man's son is loitering in street, forgetting his father's opulence and property. And somebody, out of sympathy, giving him some food. But other person come to him and says, quote, "Oh, my dear boy, I know you. You are the son of such and such a rich man. Why you are loitering in the street? Come on, I shall take you to your father," unquote. So if that gentleman takes that loitering boy to his father, the father is glad and the boy inherits his father's property and his whole problem of life becomes solved. This is a crude example. Similarly, all living entities, they are loitering within this universe in different bodies, in different planets, and from time immemorial, without knowing that he belongs to the kingdom of God. He is the direct son of Krishna and God, that Krishna is the proprietor of everything, and he can enjoy his father's property, and these problems of material conditions life will get automatically solved. Prabhupada continues speaking. Just like if you become a rich man, if you can possess millions of dollars, then your poverty is automatically solved. Similarly, if you become Krishna conscious, if you act in that way, then all other problems in the material condition life get solved. So this is such a nice moment. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami masajaha. Bhagavad Gita 1866. Translation goes like this. Prabhupada is speaking. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. The Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says, people suffering are due to his sinful activities. Ignorance. Ignorance is the cause of sinful activity. Just like man does not know. Suppose a foreigner like me comes in America and he does not know, because in India, just like in your country, the car is driven from the right side. In India, I have seen in London also, the car is driven from the left side. So suppose he does not know, he drives the car on the left side and incurs an accident. And he is taken by the police custody. And if he says, sir, I do not know that here the car is driven from the right side, that does not make him excused. The law will punish him. So ignorance is the cause of breaking the law or sinful activities. And as soon as you commit some sinful activity, you have to suffer the results. So the whole world is in ignorance. And due to ignorance, he is complicated in so many actions and reactions, either good or bad. So there is absolutely nothing good within this material world. This is the Prabhupada words. Everything is bad. So we have manufactured something good and something bad here. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, we understand this place is Dukhayalam Asasvatam. 8:15. The translation goes like that. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfections. Prabhupada continues speaking. This place is for misery. So how can you say in miserable conditions, how can you say that quote, this is good or this is bad? Everything is bad. So those persons who do not know the material conditional life, they manufacture something, quote, this is good, this is bad, unquote. Because they do not know everything here is bad. Nothing is good. One should be very much pessimistic of this material world. Then he can make advancements in spiritual life. Dukhayalam Asasvatam. Prabhupada continues speaking. This place is full of miseries. And if you study analytically, you will find simply miserable condition. Therefore, the whole problem is that we should give up our material conditional life. And in Krishna consciousness, we should try to elevate ourselves to the spiritual platform and thereby be promoted to the kingdom of Godhead. Yat gatva na nivartante tadham paramam mama. Bhagavad Gita 15:6. Translation: that abode of mind is not illuminated by the sun or the moon, nor by electricity, One who reaches it never returns to this material world. This is Krishna's word. So many people still have the doubt. I remember one of the devotee asked me that, Prabhu, can you find some scriptural evidence where it says that once we go, we will never come back to this material world? So this is the answer. But still, this devotee has some doubts. So then I approach His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj. Then Maharaj, what this one devotee is asking, how can you give us the description? So Maharaj sent me a lot of the things that was actually was done by Radhika Raman Prabhu. He was just visiting Houston on his PhD thesis or something. He wrote about these things, which was clarifying that once we go back, there is no way we will come back. Why? Because we will remember the suffering of this material world. And when you see how wonderfully you can live eternally, why you want to come back to this miserable world? We're going, nobody come back to this miserable world. And that is the supreme abode of the Lord. Prabhupada is speaking. So there are descriptions in Bhagavad Gita. So those Krishna consciousness movement is authorized, very important. Now, you American boys and girls who have taken to this movement, please take it more seriously. And that is the mission of Lord Chaitanya and my Guru Maharaj. And we are also trying to execute the will by disciplic succession. Prabhupada is speaking. You have come forward to help me. I shall request you all that I shall go away, but you shall live. Don't give up pushing on this moment, and you will be blessed by Lord Chaitanya and His divine grace. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. Thank you very much. And devotees present offering obeisances, and there was some break. And I think some devotee, Birbhadra Prabhu, is asking, when your spiritual master was a little boy, was he did he do things like Lord Chaitanya? Like when he went to the like when Lord Chaitanya went to the water and all girls were asking for? Prabhupada, no. He was not so much naughty. Lots. My Guru Maharaj was very gentle boy. Yes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very naughty boy. Yes. And laughter. And Krishna was also very naughty boy. There is no audio. Chant Hare Krishna, Kirtan. I have brought prasadam for you. Take. Long pause as prasadam is sold and the devotees chant japa. Can't stop it because they were recording at that time. So these are the real words of Srila Prabhupada on this most auspicious day of disappearance of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. He is humbly requesting us that there is absolutely no happiness in this material world. And we should try to get out ourselves. As long as we are bound by the three modes of nature, how can we help other people to become free? If we cannot exemplify our life, how can we tell other people to exemplify their life? So it's like a chain. And our gurus come in our disciplic succession to show us the way, that how we can become totally detached from the material world and take complete shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. And if we follow sincerely, we can see the little light at the end of the tunnel, that this process is wonderful. It does work and it will give you the result, whatever Acharya has mentioned and the scripture tell us. So it's up to us. And yesterday also I posted those 3 classes, and I think there are 2 more classes. Happiness is a science. Wonderful discussion between Mother Aditi and Kashyapa Muni, asking why the things are not better. And Kashyapa Muni understand everything what she has in her heart. And the spiritual master knows our heart, so slowly they will help us to get free from that. But one thing is for sure, if you want to create the attachment for the spiritual world, we should become detached from material world. If we remain attached, how can we go to the spiritual world? Particularly our material enjoyment has to be given up for the sake of spreading this Krishna consciousness movement. Whatever the strength we have, use each drop of blood to spread this movement and to follow the instructions of our spiritual master. When we took initiation, it was a great decisions that we made in our life. And lately, whenever they say, "Oh Prabhu, I want to take initiation," I always tell them, are you sincere? Are you sure this is what you want to do in your life? Because you can't keep 2 legs in different boats. One boat is moving in east, one is moving in west. How long can you hold on that position to keep a leg in both boats? If they are moving, they will tear you apart. You have to make a call. Either you remain in a material life or you take spiritual. There is no mixing of material and spiritual. You are burning and you are tearing apart yourself. That's all it is. We will not succeed spiritually. And every action we perform after taking these 6 sincere initiation, and still we remain attached for our own satisfactions. Serious consequences. Who knows? Then Krishna will give us a chance after many lives or not. He will remember that he gave you the chance and how you utilize. So we have taken a very serious step in our life, and it should reflect in our life. If we live the same way as the materialistic live, how can we preach this glorious moment to somebody? People are smart today in the world. They knows everything. We can speak on the Vyasas and wonderful lessons, and then live the same materialistic life. What is the use of that wonderful class? Unless we change our heart, unless we become fixed, ekaha kuru nandana. Our goal should be to please our spiritual master, and that's the perfection of life. And all the necessity that we need to live happily, at least comfortably, will be definitely provided by Krishna. There is no doubt. The problem, we do not have the faith. And that's why we cannot take the tangible step toward Krishna. One thing my Guru Maharaj said was very important. He said, when you have this kind of a commotion in your heart, when you feel, I must do something in my life, he said, take that actions right there. Don't wait, because next moment Mayadevi will be bringing her plan. Like I was telling Krita Lakshan Prabhu, I text him, what happened to your devotion? Still sleeping? No time to chant on Saturday morning? Great offense to our spiritual masters. Be prepared, spend some time before you take initiation if you feel you are not ready. Once you take initiation, that's no choice. We must wake up early in the morning. That's the decision we made. Nobody forced us. That's amazing thing. You know, when I think of it, nobody forced to take initiation. This is your own will that you want to do something good in your life for yourself and for your family. Then live up to that standard. Don't dilute this process. And when I speak like this, my Guru Maharaj words come that if all initiated disciples in ISKCON become sincere, we can take over the whole world in 18 days. But we need that strength and determinations to accept the instructions. Otherwise, I was listening, my Guru Maharaj was saying, you become so knowledgeable. You read so many scripture, you can quote so many wonderful verses with translation in depth. But if you cannot practice it, what good that knowledge? Actually, my Guru Maharaj told me that if you know something good and if you don't do it, that knowledge is nothing but the gems on the forehead of the serpent. It's attract the people, but nothing that they can deliver anybody. They want to bite. So don't become a snake. Don't wear those jewels. Become humble and try to do whatever the capacity Krishna has given us for his pleasure. And everything else will get adjusted so beautifully. I have experience in my life, and that's what I'm saying. You don't have to worry about anything. I have never thought about my family life, how the things will unfold since I surrendered to Tamal Krishna Maharaj. And slowly, I can dwell now how glorious this thing is, that we don't have to worry about anything. Krishna takes care so nicely. So these are some of the thoughts, as my son says that, Daddy, do not speak harsh. So you are all elevated souls. And one thing is always that I speak because when you speak, you dwell yourself. And that is what is helping me. So don't feel that I'm trying to tell you something. It's just for my own benefit. So many times I publicly says, why? That I will never go to the hospital. Because it's a difficult time when the death comes. It's not easy to remain fixed in the determination. So when you create this boundary wall, then you will feel what a shame I would be. People will laugh at me. Let me die. So, all dear devotees, only thing I can say that Prabhupada is requesting seriously. New Earth is coming. At least make some resolutions. Use your intelligence, use your effort, use your whatever the power Krishna has given you, use in his service and purify the existence, simplify the life. If we cannot reduce our material hankerings, the path is very difficult. And the time is passing. My Guru Maharaj was saying yesterday in the class, as the sun rises, come to that noontime sunset, and we lose our time. And that is happening for many, many years. I can speak for myself how many years I have been practicing, And what advancement have I made? Nothing. Wasted the life. Look at the great personality and see the life. We have a long way to go. And if we don't make substantial steps, it would be impossible. And the most thing will happen to us, knowing everything. Krishna has given us the intelligence, so that's the reason we took up this process. There is so much suffering you will get, not by completing this task, I tell you. You will regret your life if you don't complete. Why did we start something if we are not serious? So these are some prominent thoughts going through our mind on this auspicious day. We should pray that we are totally unqualified, totally unworthy, self-centered personality. Please change our mentality once and for all. And let's take complete shelter. Taking shelter means to become dependent. But we live our life, we want to manage our life ourselves. We don't want to become dependent. That's why we hold so many things for our sustenance. Still, that ego is so hard. My Guru Maharaj was saying it's so difficult. Don't think that it is easy to get free from the cycle of birth and death. But if we are sincerely seeking in our life, we must dedicate one life. So it's already 7:23, 7:22. We have about 23 minutes more. That we had any question, comment, correction, chastisements, or any feeling that you have in your heart that you would like to share with others. Because making some public statements is always good. And what to speak on assembly of the devotees. They will pray for you. They will save you. Hey Prabhu, you are falling down. Wake up. They are the one, our guardians. And if we stay in their company, our life will become successful. Everything will be provided sufficiently to live this life comfortably and then go back home, back to Godhead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hari Bol, Arvind Prabhu.
I have was listening to all this conversation. So I have, I think I have asked this question, but maybe in a different way. So why did God actually put us in this world when we are born with His blessings, Prabhuji?
Yeah, because it's, like we were in the spiritual world, all of us. But when we have something, always the grass looks greener on other side of the fence. So thought comes because Krishna has given us a free will. That okay, why I have to stay and I can enjoy myself. So it's not that Krishna has created the material world. It is Krishna does one thing. I was listening and I highly recommend you hear the third class, the class I posted yesterday. Krishna is very neutral. As far as this material creation is concerned, he has nothing to do. My Gurudev was making a point that he said that somebody is not very dear to me or somebody I hate them. I'm a totally neutral. So as far as this material world is concerned, Arvind Prabhu is totally aloof. He don't get involved in anything. Why we come? Because of our previous misdeed that we have done. So we have to take that result for this. And he had made that arrangement so wonderfully. He doesn't get involved. Yamaraj and all these molds of material nature he has created. That network he has created so wonderfully. So all the punishment always awarded according to our misdeeds. So he is very neutral. He is a very nice person actually. He doesn't want us to suffer in this material world. But what can be done? Because as Prabhupada was saying, because we are in ignorance. If Guru Maharaj was also giving a wonderful example, why we have fear in our life. We should be totally fearless. Because of ignorance, if at night a rope is on the road, and because we don't have a clear vision, we consider rope as a snake, and we fear. But as soon as you go close, and if you see it, oh, this is a rope, then your fear goes away. So similarly, we are living in the dark mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness. And we have no true vision because our mind has been conditioned for many, many lives. It's not Krishna has created this material world. He satisfies your free will, what you want to do. So some point, somewhere along the line, we were in the spiritual world, living very happily, where there is no birth, no death, no old age, no disease. Always enjoy. But somehow or other, we have our false ego. And that false ego tells us, hey, you can live happily. So he has to create a room where the way you want to enjoy, he has to facilitate. So he facilitates. And then he's also kind that he sent those personalities like Srila Prabhupada to give us that knowledge, to remove the ignorance from our mind and heart by their own life example. Look at the life of Srila Prabhupada. So much risk he take in his life. For what? For the pleasure of the divine couple and to save other fallen souls who is suffering. This is the really, that's what he was saying. You do so many good things for other people, But what you are doing, if you are feeding hungry man, if it's destiny in his life to be hungered for 2 months, he has to stay hunger for 2 months. You cannot overrule the laws of nature. Laws of nature will bind you. They cannot become free. So why we want to do those things? Do something can elevate the soul of the living being, so he don't have to come back and suffer in this rotten material world. As Prabhupada says, there is no, we say, oh, something is good, sometimes is bad. But in reality, Prabhupada make the point today, there is nothing good in this material world. Horrible. What good is there? Because we have not seen yet the good things. You read about this atmosphere and the life in Goloka Vrindavan. So transcendental, so peaceful, so much enjoyment is there. There is no worry, no anxiety. You will not even become 1 minute older than what you are. Eternally you can play with Krishna. Wonderful world. He described everything to us. And he helped the devotees much, much more. He is actually partial. You hear the class. Krishna is so partial. He is not neutral. He is always taking side of his devotees. You see in the history of Srimad Bhagavatam, you see the history in Mahabharata. Who always he take the side? He take the side of his devotees. And as long as we keep side on Krishna's side, we always remain victorious. So it is not that Krishna has created this. So many people say, oh, when Krishna will desire, I'll take up the devotional practice. Krishna always wants you to go back to him. He's always telling you. He left behind so many scriptures. There are so many living examples. You know, we are so blind. We should see all these great advanced devotees. Do they have any anxiety? Have you seen anxiety? No. They may have spiritual anxiety. Living example is there in front of us. They were also living the same, like, you know, Ramapant Maharaj, Vyas Puja is coming up, so I was dwelling on it. He took birth in that Christianity. Family was religious, so he used to go. But couple of things that they were not able to answer. So he was always inquisitive. When they go beyond that, leaving aside that family traditions and all that, they were searching for the truth. Look at all sannyasis, their life is exemplary. They were really looking for the truth. They are not bound that, okay, I was born Christian, so I have to stick with Christian, or I'm a Hindu. No, they were searching for the truth. And it says, when Ramapant Swami Maharaj first met Srila Prabhupada in 1969, in the auditorium, large auditorium, where Prabhupada was singing just the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with the famous poet Allan Ginpas. And he was moved by just hearing the transcendental sound vibration from Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada gave the class. But Ramapant Swami Maharaj says that because it was so thick Bengali accent, he didn't understand anything. But he felt that there was a deep impression that Prabhupada left in his heart. And he was going in the medical school. And he was just dwelling that there are so medical doctors are there in the world. If I become one more or less, it's not going to change anything. But let me become a medical doctor who can really cure the problem of humanity, to free them from the cycle of birth and death. He gave up his family life. His parent was little concerned that he may have joined in the cult. So they were also religious people, nice people. So that parent also watch the behavior, they learn little philosophy, and then they will feel satisfied. And look, he never looked back. Left his home, and he joined at the Boston Temple as a full-time devotee, leaving the medical school on the side. And did chanting, become a Sankirtan leader, distribute books. He was a brahmachari. I remember my Guru Maharaj even told me, if you really want to see Ramapad Maharaj, he will always study Prabhupada books. I'm just saying one example. Look at the Radhanath Swami Maharaj example, Hanuman Prasad Maharaj, Guru Prasad Maharaj. They were all living in a very healthy family life, wealthy family life. Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj, he was very, his father was very rich. And look at that. Prabhupada movement he took in charge in the middle Central America, where it's very poor. Whenever I speak to Guru Prasad Maharaj, I feel that why Maharaj has to go through like that. Maharaj was saying that Shyam Sundar Prabhu, no money, no donation. And still they have to function and spread this movement. Every year, Maharaj wants to print the books. They don't have money. And we have been, luckily, Houston Temple is finally. And then Maharaj is so nice that when they have the marathon book distribution in December, they make the money and they return the money. What a glorious life. Radhanath Maharaj also, he went with his friend when he was very young, less than 16-year-old or 14-year-old. Father doesn't have money. So one of the rich friend took him and he said, I'll pay. And they went look for something spiritual. His friend took him up to the Germany and all. And then he decided that he has to go toward Israel to get the love of God. And Radhanath Maharaj has some instinct. They were searching for truth. And that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that if you become sincere, I will tell you, I will show you the path, how to follow and how to reach me. So Radhanath Maharaj says, no, if I have to find the love of God, I must go toward the east. He's separated from his friend. He doesn't have any. Before that, his friend was giving some money whenever he required. Now he gave up the company of his friend. All this, Europe, he was asking for right. In one place, I don't know where it was, I forgot the detail. But at night, there was nothing. And the one woman came and seeing his condition, she offered the residence. And you know what happened? The lady wants to enjoy the sex with Maharaj because he was an American boy, young boy. And lady was so forceful and Maharaj ran away from it. And that lady even sent that his a security guard to catch him and all. Look at that situation, how much determined they were. They were looking for the truth, not to enjoy something. The lady was offering her own body. Maharaj never accepted. And then he came to the border. An Indian consulate was asking always at the border. And border between Pakistan and India, it says it's like 20 kilometers you have to walk in a desert like that. It's horrible, hot in the summertime. No water is available. You can carry a couple of bottles. But how long can you hold 20 kilometers? And they were always asking Radhanath Swami Maharaj, show me at least $200. Then we will let you in. And Maharaj said, I don't have any money. 2-3 times he has to go. When they denied, he has to go to Pakistan again, walking 20 kilometers in the desert. And then again, Maharaj try, and third time it's happened that the immigration officer become little lenient that this boy has been trying. Let me grant him the visa. He met with all leaders, Dalai Lama, Aurobindo, so many, the Maharshi, so many spiritualists he met, but he was not convinced. But as soon as he go to the pandal, Prabhupada can understand because he is a spiritual person. He has a long hair and the beard, small American boy. He was standing so far. But Prabhupada divine vision catch him. And he sent the devotee that please bring this boy. Bring him on the stage. And Prabhupada says, sit down over here. And Prabhupada instructed Tamal Krishna Maharaj that Radhanath Maharaj shared his pastimes. When I was visiting the Brooklyn temple, Maharaj spent 4 hours with me, sharing all these pastimes. So he was telling Maharaj that when I went to the stage and I know that we have to give a respect to these saintly persons, so I was trying to offer my obeisances touching the feet, and Tamal Krishna Maharaj right away stopped me. He said, you can't touch the feet of Prabhupada because Prabhupada instructed Tamal Krishna Maharaj that please protect, don't let anybody touch my feet. So he was doing his service. But then when Prabhupada heard, then Prabhupada says to Tamal Krishna Maharaj, but he can touch it. And, Radhanath Swami Maharaj was telling me from that day, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was so cordial with me. And he became one of my best friends. And the Radhanath Swami Maharaj loved Tamal Krishna Maharaj so much so. Giriraj Maharaj, he was a wealthy person, millionaires. His father's name in Chicago, the High Court judge, and in his father's name, the court name is Tatton Scott. Very wealthy person. When they met with Prabhupada, they left behind their house, went to Bombay, spent the time. And the parent, they went to India. And they said that we just want to meet with our son. So Prabhupada arranged the meeting. And, they asked, they first offered Prabhupada that, we will give you blank check, you put whatever amount you want to put, but we want to have our son back. Prabhupada said, you don't need to give me money. If your son is ready to go, you take it. So finally the meeting was arranged, and then Prabhupada says to his father, here is your son, you talk to him. And father asked Giriraj Maharaj that we want you to come back. And what was the response Giriraj Maharaj gave? Father, you have done everything in my life, but what I'm looking for, you were unable to give. But this Father has given me something that I'm looking in my life. And he rejected. And then the father and mother stays a little longer in Bombay. And then they have the different exchanges with Srila Prabhupada. And finally they realize that this
I can't hear you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I can.
Yeah, looks like you are in mute, Prabhu.
much dedication they have done. It's up to individual thing. You get initiated, but you see different level of devotees. My Guru Maharaj used to say some of them, he never have given even instructions. Because he knows that what is the use of giving instructions when he knows that the disciple cannot follow. Then they are committing offense, Guru Aparadh. And Guru cannot do it. Guru wants to protect his devotee. So all these things, when we hear those things, it should say something. So it's not that Krishna wants us to suffer. Krishna wants us to deliver. But you are ready to go? We are so attached with our family life. We want to build a big, big mansion. We want to drive a nice car. Enjoy it. How long can you enjoy it? They will come. Everything we have to give up. Start with something, Arvind Prabhu, and always think, ask the questions, because that way your whatever the misgivings we may carry will be gone far away. It takes some time. My Guru Maharaj used to say, because we have been covered with so many. But it's slowly and slowly, when you hear the answer, slowly and slowly, one peel, like on a onion, has so many peels, one by one, you keep on removing the layer of ignorance, and your soul will start shining. And that will give you the strength that, yes, this human form of life is very rare to achieve, first of all. And after achieving, you took that birth where Prabhupada met your father, visited your home.
Yeah.
What a glorious life it is. What other thing you want?
Yes,
Now do what Prabhupada says today in the class. He's requesting you, become serious. Right?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. This also reveals about Dayananda Prabhu. Dayananda Prabhu used to drive taxi and he used to
Yes,
give all the money to the temple. And
yes.
also at one part of the time he got cancer and the government fund what he got for the cancer. He gave the check to Prabhupada. Prabhupada's devotees said that Prabhupada, this is the money what the government has given for curing the cancer. And Prabhupada returned the check to Dayananda Prabhu. But Dayananda Prabhu again, he saw that his stage is the last stage of the cancer, is going to die. He did not want to spend the money. He gave the check back to Prabhupada to use that in the book publications. So that is the dedication what they had,
Yes.
Prabhupada liked him so much. He's the very dear disciple of Prabhupada. That's why Prabhupada keeps his photo on the Ratha Yatra every time.
Yes. Yeah. And Jayanand Prabhu, he got that from Ohio State University. He has the master's degree.
Yeah.
He
One day
was
somebody told him, somebody wanted to meet him, and then he said that what he's doing, he was removing the kachra, the garbage. He said that is the person did not come. He was feeling so happy, so I got this service to do, that kind of the commitment they had, and they didn't have the fear, they had a faith only. But
Yeah.
whereas we have the lot of the fear than the faith.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So another
Yeah,
thing I was
look at
hearing,
those.
Prabhuji,
Huh?
another thing I was hearing,
Huh?
a lecture from a Mataji, that
Oh.
we should not feel as a servant, we should feel as a slave to the devotees and to Krishna. Servants gets paid the salaries and they have the vacation, whereas the slave doesn't have vacation or anything. He has to work for his master all the time. So we should have that mentality of like a slave to work for the devotees and to Krishna.
Right. Yeah. 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 These are the, on our eyes, we can, the great devotee has left behind their example, living example. And it should give us the impetus to take up the process seriously. So many devotees has dedicated so
So
much.
another thing, Prabhu, then Prabhu's mother, there was a lady devotee. She used to take care of the old age house. That's America's. There's a term it's called. She was taking care of the five or six people, and one of the lady was in the last stage, and she used to sing every day the bhajans and speak about Hare Krishna to them. And one of the lady was dying and in the last stage, and they called their family, And by the time they came and she passed away, and they said that they asked, "Do you know who is this lady?" And
Hmm.
she did not know who is that lady, but she was the mother of then Prabhu, it seems.
Hmm.
That Krishna has made the arrangement for his service to let his mother to know about Krishna at the last stage and go back to Goloka.
Hmm. Yeah, Krishna is very kind. So many examples. Yeah, we can cite for all the sannyasis. I know that. Like now, Hanuman Prasad Maharaj Vyas Puja is coming on 13th. So I was dwelling in his life. He's so renounced. The way he keep the kamaldal, right? And when he wants to take the prasadam, he will mix everything so there is no taste. And one time, I think his disciple, I was sitting in the temple room and I spent like more than an hour talking to Maharaj in different things. And the Devendra Krishna Prabhu came and he was asking Maharaj to take any. And Maharaj said, the last couple of days you have fed me. So now my stomach is overburdened. So for a couple of days, I'm not going to take anything except some fruit or juice or something. Totally renounce. One time I asked Maharaj, from here, where you are going to go? Maharaj said, I'm waiting the call from Krishna. Krishna will make arrangement to give me some devotee can give me donation, then I will decide how much they donate. Accordingly, I'll make the plan. I was ironing Jaya Advaita Maharaj cloth, and they are so simple. And then I see the hole in their kurta, the armpit, and they were wearing that torn kurta. So I asked Jayadvaita Maharaj that please I would like to sponsor a couple of sets when you go to Vrindavan and make the donation. They will never ask anything. What to speak of, that's austerity. They will never complain. They will never ask. And they are completely satisfied. That's the beauty of proper sadhana. They are not lacking anything. He is so super intelligent person, Jayadvaita Maharaj. What he used to do, Prabhu, I don't know you heard it or not, but he will tell other sannyasis that you take the side that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then Jayadvaita Maharaj will defeat them that Krishna is not Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then he will take the stand that, okay, now you take the stand that I will prove that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now you prove that Krishna is not. So dedicated people. So much so one time I remember that I attended the GBC meeting and everybody was not cooperating to push that Back to Godhead magazine. And Maharaj, Jayadvaita Maharaj is so attached with that Back to Godhead magazine that has delivered so many people. And we should continue to distribute at least this journal, like all the life member we have. Even, whenever I was in charge, I was whoever is making contribution, we used to give them the BTG subscription free, send it. And one time I remember in the GBC meeting when they were not supporting, he was furious to the GBC, all the sannyasis. What are we trying to do? You can't do the simple thing and give me the excuse. We cannot continue the Back to Godhead magazine. He was so furious. And then Maharaj went to South Africa. And then he preached in the South Africa at such an extent that he got the #1 world circulation in South America. And then he came to America. And then he was telling that, look, what cannot be done? Everything can be done. So he went to. So these are the personality. They carry that empowerment in their hand. And they are ready to take the challenge. They like the challenge. They like the difficulty. Look at that, like Ramapan Maharaj. There are so much nonsense, in a lot of the website. They put so many bad things about Ramapan Maharaj. Oh, he is saving a lot of money. He is a filthy rich person. He is doing this, that. Man, I know Maharaj's life. He was fighting alone. Whatever the little donation that somebody give him, he was using to fight to save that Long Island temple for last 20 years. Just think about the legal bill. And eventually when that case was going and Ramapan Maharaj he doesn't have to continue the fight. He approached the Houston temple. He asked me, Shyam Sundar, please, I need your help. And we give Ramapan Maharaj $50,000 to fight that case. So the exemplary life, the people, they just want to put down those personalities. These are garbage people. I don't know what the destiny would be. You live like them, and then you prove. Don't put down, oh, this is like this type of person, this is this. Who are you to measure them? What qualification do you have? These are only people misguiding so many people. Not I'm giving you example about Rama Maharaj. Every Maharaj, if you see, my Guru Maharaj, they were blaming me that he poisoned Prabhupada. Now he was willing to give his life to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, throughout his life, anything doesn't happen, he will say, call Tamal, and he will resolve the situation. He gave his life and soul to Prabhupada. And people were thinking, oh, he gave poison to Prabhupada. For what? So this world is terrible, terrible. If you want to do something good, they can't. And the nonsense thing, you have that some star comes and you see how much crowd will be there. And you make announcement, oh, this katha will be there, please join. You will hardly get few hundred people. This is the Kali Yuga. Full influence. Nothing but destroying this world and the, our morality, everything is vanishing. So high speed. And if we don't take that stand on our life, this is a duty of a devotee to exhibit, to resist those strong Mayadevi influence. But we also sleep. How can we conquer? How can we induce somebody if you cannot do yourself? How can I tell you to wake up at 2 o'clock if I cannot wake up? You have to be steadfast yourself. Otherwise, you can say so many things, but what carry? It won't carry any weight. They will see, oh, he just speak. Look at his life, how he'll do. You have to prove your life that, yes, I have dedicated my life. There's all this personality. Krishna is so kind, Arvind Prabhu. He is one of the best person in the whole creation. It's our misgiving and all this misthought that we have, that we do different things, like all the demigod worship and everything. And he is telling, the Mother Aditi, and she has the material desire. And you will see how the Kashyapa Muni will slowly and slowly will uproot those desires from the heart. But we need to have association and have little faith. And then you try little, and then your faith will increase. Start with somewhere, and then you will see. Everything become clear. Nothing is secret, So when I hear it, I know so many things, in ISKCON. So many things. And if you will keep those in your mind and heart, man, you don't have any respect for any sannyasis. That's how they portrayed them. Look at that, how lavishly they live. Do
Yes,
what
please.
they are doing.
Okay.
Remarkable life.
Prabhuji, one more thing, like we in Hindu, I mean, especially in our Hindu, like we read it and we go through so many books, and
Mhm.
we have so many different type of Vedas,
Yes.
Puranas,
Yes.
Itihas, all
Yes.
that. I mean, I was watching a video of Prabhupada actually.
Mm.
I couldn't. I could understand what was being asked, but still, why we, like in a Krishna's ISKCON, or if specifically, why we are just picking up Bhagavatam rather than any other scriptures? Is it
Because
because it's the Lord?
yeah, because see, all this Prabhu, there are four Vedas. Four Vedas is basically 96% is Karma Kand, which is not bad. Karma Kand is also necessary, is according to the persons. What Krishna, in my realization is why even we have a different faith, because Krishna wants to attach with something. If you cannot take the higher principle, lower principle. But when you read the scripture, it will tell you that what kind of mentality Krishna is dealing with. I have heard, I have not read it, I am not a learned person, but I have heard that in the Quran, the Muslims, it says clearly that do not have the sex with your sister or your mother. So you can see what kind of opulence that Lord has to deal with. They have to prepare. So there are so many, all these, only Atharva Veda has 4% of the true knowledge is given, because people cannot look at the Jesus Christ. He stays in India and he learned so many things. He was a very messenger of God. And one time, even, that the follower asked Jesus Christ question that when the baby took a birth, when they take birth, they are blind because of that child himself or because of the parent. And Jesus says that because of the child. So what does it mean? He didn't had anything to do in this life. Why did he take birth as a blind? He must have in the previous life, but they were not able to accept reincarnation. Whenever he want to tell something true, they crucify. So all these Vedas, Puranas is there. He's written by everything, written by Vyasadeva. And what he was lamenting after writing all these things, he was not feeling satisfied. You read Srimad Bhagavatam. And then he approached his spiritual master, Narad Muni. Why? I'm not getting, after writing all these knowledge books, so many Puranas, so many Itihas, so many four Vedas, he bisects this knowledge. Everything is there. The military education is there, agriculture is there, Ayurveda is there, everything is in our Vedas. But what is the ultimate? So he was feeling so sorrow. And Narad Muni says, you have done everything, Vyasadeva, but you didn't directly glorify Sri Krishna. That's why you are feeling despondent. Then he took up this service to write Srimad Bhagavatam to glorify Krishna. And then he became completely satisfied. So the whole creation, when you study this, Prabhu, it is in line with everything. Yes, they are teaching Karma Kand also. Why? Because the people cannot take higher thing. So they have to engage somewhere in the Karma Kand. All the Devi Devatas, they are all dependent on Krishna. They knows it very well. Even if you read in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that Lord Shiva is making so many wonderful prayers. Bhaj Govinda, Bhaj Govinda, Bhaj Govinda Madhamati. He's telling even his own wife Parvati to worship Govinda. But we don't read or write. There is always it says, Krishna says that all these demigod, when he speaks about, they produce that, Shiv Puran. Yes, Shiv Puran is there. What is the purpose? Is to glorify Lord Shiva. So they will present him as a supreme Lord. But that doesn't mean he was a supreme Lord. So we have to learn everything. That's why it's very difficult, to how much time do we have? We don't have the time. In Satyuga, people used to live 100,000. They can search out and find the truth. That's why in Kali Sanatana Upanishad, this Mahamantra has been given. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Right after this, the verse is there. Iti soda sakam namna kali kalme sanasana na tarpara upaya sarva videsu drishyate. Iti means this Mahamantra. Soda sakam means made of 16 syllables. Kali kalme sanasana. That mantra has the potency to destroy all the influence of age of Kali. Natarapara upaya. There is no other solution than this, particularly in this age. Sarva videsu drishyate. All the saintly persons, before even the Kali Yuga was going to begin, all these saintly people were thinking that this now the Dwapara is going to go, Krishna is going to wind up his pastime, and Kali Yuga is going to start. So all great sages studies everything, all the scriptures, because they knows that how much intelligent we are, how much time we have to study all the scriptures. So they give the conclusion that to save from the influence of this, hypocrisy, quarrel, age of Kali, you chant Hare Krishna. This is the method of creating love of God. They have done all the research for us. So why you want to go to the Karma Kanda? Ultimately, you have to come to the Bhakti. So knowledge is there. It's not like it's bad knowledge. Some people wants to stay at their stage. They will do, and what will happen in the Karma Kanda? You will live a happy life. Maybe you can get better planet to live. But still you have to suffer. You have to take birth. You have to grow older. You have to have a gray hair. Slowly all the teeth will be falling off. You won't be able to walk. And then ultimately leave this world smiling. So all this knowledge, Prabhu, I am not a learned person, but I have got the essence of it. My Guru Maharaj, if you come to my house, he wrote me after I took initiation after 2 years. Krishna Maharaj, at that time there was no phone call, no fax machine. So we used to, communicate through the mail. And he wrote me, and I have so many letters from Tamal Krishna Maharaj. He wrote me after I took initiation 2 years. He said, you have understood all the principle of bhakti very nicely. And I was asking at that time that I didn't read even complete Bhagavad Gita, how my Guru Maharaj can write. But when you associate with the saintly person, they give you those knowledge within your heart. And I was thinking, Arvind Prabhu, that I remain as a president for 28 years. Nobody was willing me to remove from my position, but to show the detachment. That this is it. My objective was what my Guru Maharaj wants to establish, infrastructure. And I did my part. And still I'm working to enhance it. But then I shouldn't become attached. Okay, now it's a beautiful temple, everybody prays. No, I give up. And also I give up, I was really thinking, last 3-4 years, I was training 4 managers for 12 years. And I was telling them. And when I tell them, they say, no, you stay in the position, we will do the work. And then when the COVID hit, that's in 2020, I said, this is the best time, because if you see, Some principal did 1 year of service. When they leave or something, there is a, you know, nice thing that they appreciate the service. And I don't want that appreciation. So I said, best time is to retire, resign when there is a COVID. So only thing I delivered that one class online that I'm resigning willingly. I wrote to all the GBC members what I had the plan in my mind in the future. Everything I disclosed. Whoever visit the Houston Yatra, I send it my long message, maybe 10 pages of message to all the visiting sannyasis also. And I told this present management, I don't want any party. I don't want any recognition. Why?
Yeah, but you made the temple self-sustaining, Prabhuji. That is one thing. Like that service is like really amazing.
Well, I don't think I have done anything. It's just by the grace of Krishna and Guru it happened. I was just in
That's your humbleness, Prabhuji. You say that, but how many things you have made for the temple? This temple has everything, whatever you can think of, Prabhu.
Yes,
and your plan is great.
Yeah.
And
Even
you said, Prabhu, you said that you have not done anything. You have zero this, but if you think of that, what about the rest of the people, Prabhu?
Yeah, they all help,
So true.
Yeah, it's no, but really we should not ask for any, and even Mansi Ganga was, asking me, Prabhu, Nityanand Prabhu retired and they have a big party. I said, so what? I don't want any party. I don't want any. And I told them that if you arrange something, I will not be here. And I have my resources in Houston that I will find it out. You can't keep anything secret from me. So then they have no choice. This is how we should have, simplified your life. Why we want to? Because pride is the next step of fall down. We should never become proud of our whatever the achievement that all this good thing happen. You give credit to your Guru and Krishna. If something that you have made a mistakes, you take the 100% blame for that. That's how we should train our mind. So my Guru Maharaj wrote me after 2 years after I took in it that you have understood all this principle. And I was thinking that, in 28 years, I have not made some major mistakes in my devotional career. I didn't know all the scripture at that time. I was so busy with infrastructure, Prabhu, that I didn't have time to read everything. But then I did the Bhakti Shastri with distinction. When I go after something, I study and I do this thing, but I'm not a learned person, And, so it's reflect, and I was just, now I realize, each letter I read, I can comprehend now. And it makes sense that because you associate with those pure devotees, you learn so many things that you will never learn from the book.
You paved the path, Prabhuji. That is very important. I mean, it is inspirational for many of the devotees who wants to join and who wants to be part of our Krishna's consciousness family itself. I mean, that's one thing I am like more. I mean, I'm like really when I started coming into the temple, for the fact of Bhakti Vrikshas,
Right.
that inspirational is what we needed, and that's what you have done it, Prabhuji. I mean, for me, at least for me, I'm not talking about others, but for me, definitely one is when I look at you or when I come to the temple, the service people, and that's and for me to really
it's I feel that something that Krishna used me, in my life. That's all I see it. That Guru and Krishna's mercy. They're able to do something. Otherwise, I may have lived the life like, all the materialistic may have lived. Yeah. But thank you very much for your. I have to, even though I know that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj Disciplines Day will be celebrating at 11, but I have take one appointment to meet with one of the family. They have helped a lot, and somehow or other I have been trying to reach out to them for many months, and then they finally called me, and they said, Prabhu, our parents will be there, all brothers, sisters. Whenever I go, at least they have all the children sit down and listen to me. And they always say, Prabhu, say something. So I address them and then hey, cook nice prasadam. And, like when I want to have the meeting, they, like in the Hyatt Regency, the hotel they own, they give me the whole third floor for 3 days. All the devotees were staying there, and we used to use the conference hall for making the plan, what we want to see happen in next 2 years, what we want to see happen in 5 years, what you want to see happen in 10 years. That's why I was holding the meeting. And at that last meeting, after I have the 4 council member, my plan was to extend to another supportive council. And that meeting, I invited at least 33 devotees took part in that meeting. And we did the SWOT analysis and what their goal is, what they want to achieve. Like that. I used to take this manager every year to the remote location, Galveston. Then they have another motel in, what is the town name where they call the Broadwalk? Kima. They have a Holiday Inn. They used to get the penthouse on the top. And on the long weekend, we will go and we will go through the same thing, what we want to achieve, make the action plan that this year we are going to do this. I train them. But I don't know what they are doing now. I don't get too much engaged into day-to-day activity, even though they force me, but I don't. I never give any input. They invite me all the calls, even they call me for festival also, but I feel that I don't want to, get involved in something, and then if it doesn't happen the way, then why I want to take that, But let me concentrate on my eternal journey. But still, I'm gonna build this hospice facility. I'm gonna build another apartment. Whenever I get a chance, I still do the fundraising. I'm preaching, I'm going to help. I don't have any personal motive. I just tell them to donate to the temple. So in a way, I am doing still the service to Radhanila Madhava. I will never become separated from them. That's my eternal life. But I don't want to get involved on day to day, let them do whatever. Even they ask me, I want to avoid cancels. So this is how it is. I'm enjoying my life somehow or other. Keep me busy with different things. And may Krishna always engage me up to the last breath, that I will be able to show somehow Vaishnavas and the Guru and Krishna. And that's the goal of life. So actually I will have to leave at 9:20. And they have built a big house. So I was thinking to do little fire sacrifice. I'm going to take Papa Hari with me. And have the lunch with them. I'm going to share something, induce them to do some devotional service. And like that. Yeah, now I'm going to make sure that at least I visit 1 or 2 families every week. And that's what a lot of the people has requested me, that's what you should be engaged, give your time with talking common thing, but they will learn so many things. That's how they feel. So I take up that service. But still I like to write something, read something every day. I read, I hear. Every day I will hear my Gurudev one class. I hear every day Prabhupada one class. I hear other Maharaj class. Different Maharaj rotating. And you learn so many things. Try to keep myself engaged somehow or other in service of Krishna, remembering him, serving him, chanting his holy name. That's my most enjoyable activity. I like to chant, it's so nice. I feel so good. When I chant, nobody come in my room. My family knows. The door remain closed until I get out. So thank you very much. I think you are all helping me for last 4 years. I have become strong. I can see it. I'm making more and more
One
concentrated.
thing that you have the video on, but we don't see you drinking water also. So how?
No, sometimes I
survive,
drink.
Prabhu?
Sometimes I drink. When I have the cup, I drink little. When my throat get little, but I was so happy, that on the Ekadasi night, I was sneezing. My whole this napkin was totally wet. I can squeeze it and the drop of water, but somehow or other, so much eagerness was there. Relish the holy name, and I'm trying to put all the effort. And please, you do me a favor. If I don't pronounce properly, just tell me. On the public, you open up the phone and say, Prabhuji, become attentive. I don't mind, because this is how we will remain intact, each mantra. And I'm spending more and more time. But I think ideal speed is about 9.5 minutes. I think I can maintain that concentration. And just keep it, and that mantra, one mantra at a time. That's it. And keep on reading. I just read it, from the screen, or I have another one on my desk. And I always glance it over and read it. So please correct me. You all have the right to correct me. Even if I'm chanting loud, please tell me so. It's all these great devotees. So I think we should stop now. And I have to get at least ready to attend and see what Krishna wants me to do. I never thought, whenever I visit the devotee home, I never thought what I'm going to speak. It just evolved. Whatever it evolved, it's different. But one thing is there, it's not identical. Every place is different somehow. That's a good thing. So thank you very much.
Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance. We have a festival being celebrated from 11 o'clock onwards in the Houston Temple, Prabhu.
I know. But this family, Prabhu, I have been trying to get together with parents and everybody. They travel so much. And then they finally called me and they said, Prabhu, Saturday morning is the best time. And everybody is taking off if you can come. So I felt, and I have missed so many programs like this, Prabhu. When Tamal Krishna Maharaj was there, let me tell you something. Even Gurudev, if he's going to give a class, a lot of the time I have missed his class. But he knows what I was doing and never questioned me. So I felt what I need to do, I do. It's not that I don't like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, or I don't have respect. That's why I read about his pastime. I dedicate for what his instructions is. That's more important in my life. I feel it's not that to show somebody and then do something else. It's better to be who you are. You inside and outside should be always the same. That's a base principle. Sometime like other day I was saying that I turn on the TV.
Prabhuji,
Right
instead
after
of your purification, you are doing others to get purified by doing
No. The other day, Prabhu, after chanting and everything, and then I was feeling what? So I turn on the TV. And then I turn on the TV. I like, sometimes I watch cricket, as I tell everybody. And that day I was turned on, and that some musical concert was going on, and people were dancing, and I was just thinking that how much energy they put, like for all these gold medalists. Just think about it. I have that experience with Kali, the Sankarsan Prabhu neighbor. He is the world champion wrestler, Indian. And man, he's so tall and so strong. But when you hear it, he said how much he eat, and 18, 19 hours a day. He just practice, practice, practice. So I was thinking, just to get the name as a wrestler, they dedicated so much. Here we can become free from the cycle of birth and death, and we have no time. It's unfortunate. So sometimes when I see it, I learn so many things from there even. So we should watch something sometime, I'm not saying that everybody should do. Everybody has that choice how they wants to live. But it has helped me once in a while to go around in the material world, and you will see and learn something that we can apply in our spiritual life. So I want to attend Prabhu, but because of this family situation, I know that all the people to get them at one time is very, very difficult. I have been trying for last 2 years. Just think about it. COVID and everything.
I just mentioned that as an information to everyone is on the call.
Oh yeah,
They can come around 11
No,
o'clock.
that's
to the
why I
festival.
even say that today is at 11 o'clock is a Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj disappearance celebration, but I have to go. That's how I started.
Yeah.
Maybe you have missed
You
the
are-
sentence.
Who can tell you, Prabhu? You are an excellent.
No. No, but I started like that. So I know that, this program is there at the temple.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I think the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj will excuse me. That's how I have done Prabhu in my life. When Tamal Krishna Maharaj was even present on this planet, I missed so many of his program. But I have to do what he want me to do. And whatever it take to get me done, I will do it. Simple as that. Yeah, it is like that. I just see, I don't want to be, like, okay. They told me, and then I will say, okay, I cannot come. Then maybe I will have to wait for a year or 6 months, who knows when. And I don't want to miss some of these things. I have some purpose to meet with them, so. When everybody is present, then it's good, And so I can speak to every one of them. Their father, mothers, 2 brothers are there, and their children. I talk to even the children. I give them a time. If they have any questions, what you are dealing in the material world, when they go to the college and high school. So I just give them little hints like that. So, and then we will take the lunch together. And yeah. So then we will come back at 1 o'clock or something. So I will have to keep my schedule on intact. Other things I don't want to delay. I have to write the offering to Hanuman Prasad Maharaj also. We have to submit by 5th of January. So a lot of things on my desk. But thank you very much for...
Every second you're doing Krishna conscious service, Prabhu. So I did not mean to tell you this information.
No, Prabhu.
Okay.
You have, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, you have all the right to correct me. I'm not a superhero or anything. I'm an ordinary person. Everybody has a right to say, and it's.
The challenge for me is like
I don't take it in my heart. You have seen my nature.
The challenge for me is before I forget, I want to tell, and the timing was very bad. It made you feel that I'm telling you.
Right. No.
I was just trying not to forget it before
Right.
the thing is over, before everybody leaves the count.
Yes. Yeah.
That was the intention. Yeah.
No, wonderful. Yeah, everybody should go and attend because observing those appearance and disciplines is very nice. We can get some special mercy by dedicating something. But I'm really glad you all are so dedicated, so punctual, and joining and giving so much of your support in my final days. Who knows how long I'll be, but I end up to you. So I think with those thoughts,
Prabhuji, we are in debt to you.
No. You all are great
But
souls.
nature, you're so great, man, that you just give it to others. But I am in debt to you, Prabhuji.
Thank you for that feeling. Thank you very much. So with those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever we come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become successful. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of this wonderful Vaishnava and Vaishnavis who joined from Aurora, Illinois. Prabhu from Cartondale is in India. New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Tempe, Phoenix, College Station, Austin, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Portland. And the lady from the Dhaka called me, texted me that she's really sick. So let's pray for her. She can recover. Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, St. Louis, New Delhi, Loganville, Georgia. And some devotee from Doha also texted me. They stay in touch with me some. I attended some of these. They invited me. And they have like 50, 60 devotees were chanting the whole night. And then the next morning they invited me to speak on the holy name. So since then I have 5, 6 friends in Doha also that they communicate through the WhatsApp and like that. So yeah, it's nice. Some devotees from Bangladesh, they stay in touch with me. So it's nice, knowing the devotees, what they do, different situation, like other 2 girls. They were studying in Jammu, Kashmir. And I didn't see them for some time. So I text them, what happened? And then they said, Prabhuji, now we have a break in our university. And we are on our hometown, and our family member doesn't like if we chant Hare Krishna. But what a dedicated, Amazing. They are studying and still they join, That must be afternoon there. I don't know how they do it even. But that shows that how much they have the sincere desire to associate with the devotees, So nice. So thank you very much. I would like to offer Vanchakalpatarubhasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Govinda Prabhu. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mataji is still there.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sneha Mataji, thank you very much for sharing the screen early in the morning before I joined.
No, thank you, Hare Krishna Prabhu. I was about to ask you, Prabhu, these sessions are so nice. Can we have this kind of your experience and pastimes, at least once a week? These are
That's
so
why.
much.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
It takes us in a different, the day goes very good. All our stress and tough days that we have, it's really relaxed, really a different level.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, so
No,
this
thank you. It's
sessions are.
because of your devotion in your heart you feel that way. But yeah, I don't mind to spend time. I think it's good. I like that, open discussion. Because then I can, unless and until someone, I have so many like exchanges with Tamal Krishna Maharaj, I don't remember. But if somebody will ask something, then I can connect it, then my mind will start working and I can
Mhm.
share some of those things, with different Maharajas and all this kind of a thing, which is, yeah, very nice actually. Practical things you learn, which is very, very nice. I was just, asking last time Ramapan Maharaj was here. So I said, Maharaj, you know, how did you do all these things? You prepare for your presentation, travel. And then, Maharaj told me that Shyam Sundar, you should also engage your crew in different services. You don't have to prepare the presentation. Sometimes you give them some guidance and let them prepare, and then you can dwell on it and enhance little. So Maharaj says that a lot of the presentation done by the disciples, and they just prepare all the presentation and Maharaj dwell on it, and then Maharaj his own, intelligence and experience, he put it, change it, and then he make the presentations. Otherwise, Maharaj says that when can I find the time? But one thing Maharaj said was very nice that I will share with you all. So I told Maharaj that how did you then handle? Sometime unknown things can come on your plate. Like me, I bother so much, right? All the Maharaj, even Hanuman Prasad Maharaj, he also texts me, Burijan Prabhu, so many devotees, I stay in touch. So I was asking Maharaj, and he very good that he bisect his day. And what he do is he has some basic routine work that he wants to do, like is for his own advancement. So he allocate the time, and he said, I don't worry about how much I finish or how much I don't. If I finish that, okay, 11 o'clock, my next thing happen, then I jump over. And if I don't finish, then tomorrow I will have to tackle like this. But he maintained that. That is really nice. See, I was missing someday, I measure that, 15 hours I can engage myself. Either I listen, write, chant, think. Sometimes, someday, 18 hours. And I was dwelling there, how I'm missing 3 hours someday. But, someday I need also relaxations. I want to sit quietly on my swing and think about it and relax. Like my gardening was bothering in the previous, and Shyamvalavi was really, really reluctant. She said, you have the pneumonia at the time. I don't want you to go sick. I don't want you to go outside. And then, my mind always goes. So yesterday I said, well, if you want me to wear the jacket, I'll wear jacket. I'll wear the cap, but let me go. I want to finish that backyard. So then I work, and finish it. Now I'll have to work a little bit in the front yard also. So yeah, it's a help. And now I learn. So now I find out the new way that now between, like noontime is a good. So it's like I warm also. And I also wants to walk. So this is something I have started new in my thing. So what I do is I just uh, post that class of Tamal Krishna Maharaj on that WhatsApp group.
Mhm.
And then I just take my phone and I just walk. And most of the time it's a 1 hour class, but my walk goes to 2 hours because I will find somebody on my way. And I will, like yesterday, I was walking and then Arun Bhai called me. He is my buddy. So I have to, and a lot of the time, like, in evening, if he call after 7:30, I don't pick up the phone. He knows it because I know that it goes on and on. Different things. So while I was walking, Syamalavi says, why you take 2 hours? I said, well, I have made that my judgment that I have to listen Gurudev class while I walk. Until I finish, I don't look at the watch. And whenever I finish, then I think, okay, my talk is over. So he said, your class is not 2 hours long. I said, yeah, but Arun Bhai called me. So I have to attend his phone call, and we were talking. By the time I cannot hear the class. So it's like that. But I have also scheduled that this is the schedule. This is what it is. For the lunch, nowadays, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I don't know. And someday if I don't eat it, then I tell Sam Olivier, make me at 5 o'clock, whatever you want to make, and I will be happy. Just one time a day. So eating is, I don't have any priority. Whatever comes on my way, I eat. If it doesn't come in me, I never feel hungry that much. So, yeah, but Ramakant Maharaj teach me that you just keep, if you cannot finish. See, my nature is once I start, I don't want to, Shambhala even know that I will not go to even sleep. Even though she knows that I will have to get up too early.
Prabhuji, you're muted, Prabhuji. We can't hear you. Prabhuji?
Around is still out.
Network connection issue.
Huh?
Prabhuji, for a few seconds, we were not able to hear you.
Yeah, because it was saying on that that your interconnection is unstable. I saw the sign on.
Yeah.
No, so what I was saying is this, something what I need to do, I just maintain it. It doesn't make any difference what time it is or something. Just finish those things what you have. So at least that type of planning I have done. Maharaj says like that. Maharaj has a timing. He just allow 1 hour for this, 2 hours for this, 3 hours for this or something Maharaj does. But I can't maintain like this sometimes in my position. So I decided that this activity must be performed every day. So that I don't miss. My time is not yet perfect. It varies. But at least I finish those tasks before I go to bed. So it's very nice. I think, everybody should organize a little bit. My Guru Maharaj, he was so well organized, one year before he knows exactly what he's going to do. And he was so punctual that when he will come, I will have to present all the plan. I will have to print the list of all the devotees, name, their phone number. I have to put all financial report for the temple so he can review at his own. Each home program or each program, I will have to detail it out exactly. Like if I have the home program Sugarland, I will have to tell him that Guru Maharaj, it will take 35 minutes of driving each way. So he planned what he's going to do during that 35 minutes, like that. Then he will ask me, before he asks, because I know what he will ask, so I answer, where I'm holding the home program, who is the host, what he does, what is the plan, or what would be the audience. It was a new people or regular, and what I want to achieve through how that program. Everything I will have to spell it out and let him know in advance, Even 1 year ago, and we decided, and Maharaj doesn't like it. Then, no, it is not that good. We do this. Then we used to do like that. So very, very well organized. I have to present, and it's not that easy that somebody has to commit for the home program 1 year or 6 months ahead of time. And we have to remain fixed. Once we did it, very rare we will change this schedule. So I learned so many things. I used to write long, long letters, at least 10, 15 pages of letters every 3 months, giving all the details about all the devotees, community. But one thing I can tell you openly, that I have never ever say ill thing about anybody in my yatra to my Guru Maharaj. Never. If I have said something good, even though they have treated me good or bad, that's up to them. But I have never said bad about them to my Guru Maharaj. Never ever. Never complain. That's what I feel that this is something very nice. Otherwise, in the management position, you will pinpoint the finger and all that kind of stuff, but not with me. I remain clear on that thing. So yeah, it was very nice, it was very peaceful also because every 6 months, like I told Gurudev when he called me and he said, when I will initiate you, I'm going to make you a temple president. And I told Gurudev that look at so many devotees are so seniors to me, Gurudev. And how I'm a junior one will be able to. He said, no, they need to respect the authority. And good thing was there that as long as Gurudev was coming every 6 months, everybody was in line. Nobody can say nothing. But after his departure, I experienced something different. But that's how the material world is. And I accept. And my Gurudev told me that. He prepared me. He was so nice. He shared some of his thing, that how nice, but sometimes devotee treat him also. He revealed to me. So it's a learning a lesson. And they are so kind to share those things with us. And it was not like he will not keep anything against anybody, but something that some do, like I was giving the example, that posting different things about different Maharaj. They are also human beings. They have the feelings. We can't expect that they are totally on the transcendental level. Everybody has the feeling. And we have to be very careful. At least to the advanced devotees, when we know that they are more advanced than ourselves, we have to be extremely careful. So, yeah, it was very, very nice, Other training, he wants to be very punctual. And I can share that all the home program at that time, I have to carry harmonium, I have to carry sound system, I have to carry the micro stand, and every program. When I have no other assignment, I will be present just to make sure that everything goes right. That was my responsibility, I always present. And not for any critical comment or something, but when we have a grand opening of the new temple, I was the president. I should have sat in the yagna, right? Grand opening. You see the grand opening ceremony, any video, you won't see me. I didn't take part in the yagna. I never, when I was a president, I never do the abhishek myself. I give to other devotees a chance. Right now also, like Papa Hari is so strong. He said to Chaitanya Prabhu that you should invite Samsundar on each of us abhishek. Why he doesn't have the chance to do the abhishek all that? And I said, Papa Hari, that don't ask for this. I will never come. Maybe when I feel my heart that I will do, maybe once a year. I don't know.
You're the true leader, Prabhu. You're the true leader.
No, actually, I feel that, I have to like for Janmashtami or everything, right? I have to spend the time with the people. Now, if I engage with those kind of activity, how can you deal with all those people? They will come. Some of the people come once a year only. And you have to be there. Prabhu, I used to walk on the Janmashtami day, make sure garbage container they are not throwing trash everywhere. Is there any problem they are dealing with it? If you don't move around, how do you know? And you need to give the support. Whoever is working, they need the answer. And if you are not vigilant about those things, then it's hard. I don't know. I cannot take it. At least I can say for myself. Other people do whatever they want to do. It's up to them. But I feel like, this is the leader responsibility. Communication, visiting the members, keeping the nice, loving relationship. Why you can, like sometime it happened when they don't find, they used to call me when I was a prisoner, right? And I was to find the people to do the worship or whatever. And how I was able to do, because I have some nice relationship. I was visiting them, I was talking to them, regularly, like Arun Bhai, that he helped me for the temple. I will talk to him like a long time. Those are the people, whoever is helping you, you have to keep them happy, dedicate the time. And then they will do whatever you will tell them to do. He's 86-year-old. And still, when I was building, I told Arun Bhai that I'm not going to involve you in the new hospice center and the apartment. Even I told him about the brahmacharya ashram, but he get involved. Yesterday I visited him, I spent my time. I went to his office and I said, Arun Bhai, I'm going to come and spend some time with you. And he was so happy. He said, I've had to learn so many things from you. I said, no, you have done a great job. And this is not that my construction is finished, he is retired. No, you have to maintain that relationship. Somebody has helped you, you help them throughout the life. When he will be sick, I will be singing the kirtan at his house. This is how we should do. Reciprocate with all the devotees. Communicate them. I was working, but it's not that you will not hear some feedback from me on the same day. You will hear my response. I may not be able to give you the correct answer. Then I will say, Prabhu, I will need at least a week to answer this question, but I will communicate. I always pick up the phone, and if I miss call, before I go to sleep, I answer the call. Communication is important. But it's everybody has a different way of dealing the things. And so that's why I give the blank slate to them that, I was planning to expand the council to have more people input to manage the temple. But I leave up to them, and I wrote to all the GBC and the sannyasi, give them a chance with the way they want to create something, or the way they want to manage. And then I felt that I should, take totally absence from the management, so that way they don't have to worry what I say, what I don't say. So this is how it should be. Give them a chance and do. They will realize if they make any mistakes and learn from the mistakes. Yeah, it's like that. But one thing was there, my life became successful because, I have to negotiate with all the land and then go out for fundraising. Arun Bhai, when we built the Gauranga Hall, he became so impressed that after the work, I will sit with him, whatever time he need. Then in the evening, I will go for the fundraising. 2 times, 3 times. I used to drive up to Laredo on this Beaumont, Lake Charles. Over here is Victoria, all this. I used to go 2-3 times a night fundraising. And, make sure that all the project goes on. You have to coordinate with the contractor, you have to coordinate with the architect, you have to coordinate in all these things. And then the temple operation, make sure that you have the enough funding. And one thing that, I really feel sometimes that how the Krishna and Guru helped me, that all this infrastructure, I have never taken 1 penny of loan. like from the bank. We have taken some loan from the member that we paid, but not from the bank. And that's why on the apartment, there is a IRS rule that if this apartment complex is a non-related business income, so we need to pay the income tax. But there is one loophole that if the non-profit organization didn't borrow any money to build the apartment, we don't have to pay the income tax on that income. And that's what I did. I didn't borrow any money to buy the land. I didn't borrow any money to build that apartment. And same thing I have done everywhere. I have never borrowed the money. And somehow or other, it's not me. It's just Guru and Krishna, but they fulfill this thing. And everything came alive. But it was always constantly in my mind, that, okay, I need to do this. I will to buy this land. Now I'll have to. First, Mrs. Grime that I bought for $89,000, which is the ground between Gauranga Hall and the temple. Then where the Gauranga Hall is, there was a painting company. Mr. Languria was there. So I bought it for $152,000. And then actually where Dr. Dhingra was living, that actually I made the contract from Mr. Vasquez. It was for about $85,000. And then Dr. Dhingra told me that, okay, you give me and all that, and that's another deal. And then, there were 12 homes was there, portable homes, where we have the parking lot between Gauranga Hall and railway track. So that Krishna Siva Prabhu bought. So then I make a deal with him. I give him 1/4 acre free of charge. And I said, this is the profit I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you where we have a school. So I give some land free of charge to him. And then I say, you don't charge more money. Whatever you paid for this property, you pay me at the same price. So that's what I did. And then eventually, then I have to buy back that land from him to buy the school. But this thing, sannyasi house, guest house, when my temple was not going, then I built the sannyasi house. And the guest house, I was the general contractor. Actually, I keep on buying all this material myself. All the faucet that you see, plumbing, electrical fans, lights, everything I was buying in my car. Wonderful journey, actually. It's keep me busy. I have to work, raise the fund, do the things, coordinate with this, and then ongoing temple management.
You gave your life to Krishna, Prabhu.
Huh?
You gave your life.
At least I can attest that my life, whatever I have done for my family, I have done more for Krishna. At least I can attest that. Yes, somehow or other, it's because of Gurudev put me in that. Like yesterday, Mansi Ganga sent me the picture, Tamal Krishna Maharaj and me standing in front of the temple, old temple. And she was asking me, Syam Prabhu, this is you? I have so many sweet memories of Gurudev. So, but the best thing is to utilize my time, ask the questions. So that way, so many things will come in my mind, how it was during those days. And, they are doing very good now, better than myself. So it's good to see like that. Okay, Prabhu, I have to get ready.
In spite of all this achievement, he doesn't have a pride at all. He give a hug to everybody.
No,
So
I'm most ignorant people.
Prabhuji, that is one thing we all should learn from you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, let's.
Also, that we build around ourselves for even a small achievement, for the things that you have done.
I can now, at night, I always dwell. How is it happen? I didn't know even. It's happened. So I have to get ready in 20 minutes. So I will take your leave. I want to be a punctual. When I say somebody, I will be at that time. That one thing I learned, not 5 minutes less. When I commit somebody even to visit their home, you can ask them. If I say I will be at your home at 7 o'clock, better I will be there at 7. So to maintain my little punctuality, I'm going to log off now with my obeisances at your lotus feet. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.